Hello everybody, welcome to the channel. In this video I'm going to discuss different types of IT work. Some you may not realize, some you already know. So as an IT person, as you know, that's why I have the name of the channel. Even though I'm not working in that industry, I'm still an IT person. There are different, as I stated, different types of IT. So number one is the person that works in an office that sets up user accounts, that brings you a new computer if the one you're having trouble with dies. The second one is the person that does the networking in the office. They set up accounts, they run wire, the networking cable through the building. They set up the servers. They set it all up so that way everything's on the network. The third type is the most common. Somebody such as myself, your power supply is bad, your hard drive doesn't work. What we would tell you is, if there's a problem, it's this and this, as I said about the power supply, the hard drive, your graphics card might be a problem, your computer's too old. Even if we put the card in, this will not work. So, now the fourth type of IT person is the person that fixes cell phones and tablets. Now that for some reason that doesn't really fall under IT work, even though it does. So what this person does is you bring them your phone or your tablet. You say, hey, it will not charge. My phone won't turn on. I'm having software trouble. My screen is cracked. So what they would do is they would go over it and say, hey, it's either this, or this. But the most common problems I have seen with stuff like that is the battery. It puffs out, and that's what I have seen. I've actually worked on one once a long time ago. So I went through the office. So it's 4. The fifth type of IT person is in the automotive IT. Yes, there is such a thing called automotive IT. What is that? Okay, on the newer cars, you get in, you start your car, and the instrument cluster does this boot sequence. Oh, it shows a car, this, and this. That is software. They have programmers that come out, and I have only seen this once before, even though cars run Linux. The infotainment system runs Linux. I've only seen this one time where that has dropped a driver. It's not like Windows or a regular computer where you could just get it. You have to have somebody specifically reinstall the driver. Now, on the hardware end, if there's something wrong with that particular infotainment system, pull it out, put a new one in, send the bad one to basically an IT department, and they would fix it and sell it as refurbished. Now, the reason they don't send it back is the car would sit there for too long and all that. Okay, so this is the fifth type of IT person. Now, when I went to machinist school, we were working on CNC machines. That's computer numeric control. One of them ran DOS, physical DOS. It was modified to their needs, but it was DOS. The other 2 ran Linux. The 2 that ran Linux were built by Haas. Haas is one of the most popular CNC machine companies. With their software, because I've seen it twice, when you're doing something to it, I had to, when I was going to school, I had to fix one of the trainers. I did not fix the real machine. That would have been no. That would have been a huge no-go because I'm obviously not trained to do that. When you're in programming or it's booting, the text will show up red. If it crashes in the middle of a job, it'll show up as blue. Now, they have their own programmers that come out and they will fix the software. But what they do is they have guys come out that will replace the board and they would reset it up for you. Now, the trick with this is a lot of things are proprietary, such as your car and the CNC machines. You have to go through them to get all the drivers that you need. Software patches and stuff like that. It's not like Windows to where you can go on a third-party website and download the update. That's a no-go because if that happened, everybody would be doing some weird stuff to their machines and then it would void warranties and then you'd be in trouble. So they have their own specific stuff. Even your, let's say, toaster or even your Keurig, they do have a guy programming that. It's Linux, it's firmware, and yes, it is Linux. And unfortunately, a lot of the stuff, if one board goes bad, you have to replace the whole thing. Unfortunately, they're not all modular. So that's what happens. Now, a CNC machine, the boards are going to be more expensive because there's a lot more going on. And replacing a board is a little bit more work because you have to disconnect certain things and do all this and all that. You have to be specially trained to do that. Now, as I said, the trainers are basically real machines, just without the machine part. Now, when I was going to school, I had to fix one because what happened is the software got corrupted. And yes, it is the same procedure on the real thing. And I could have done it, but that would be a no-go because I am not trained. I could get in a lot of trouble for that and all that. But I was fixing the trainer and it was really, really cool. So, anyway, with that said, that is it for this video. Please comment, like, and subscribe, and click that bell for more notifications.